Here's your First Warn Weather forecast first, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, our temperatures this afternoon not quite as warm as what they've been. In fact, our coolest readings since the beginning of the month. Temperatures in the 70s here at the 5 o'clock hour, sitting at 76 in Rockford, Freeport 74 in Monroe, 77 in Sterling, and 76 degrees in Rochelle. We've had plenty of sunshine with just a few clouds moving in overhead, but eventually we'll start to see that cloud cover increase. Now we see a few showers back off to our west, not overly concerned with those moving in here this evening. In fact, we should just see clouds thicken up as we head through this evening and then into the overnight. Tomorrow, a little different story. We do have some rain showers that'll begin to move back in, but temperatures in the 70s here as we work through that 6 o'clock hour, dropping down only into the upper 50s and low 60s here for the night tonight. We do have some rain showers to kick off the weekend. Find out if that'll end the weekend too. Coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Right now at 5, police are investigating after a Rockford shooting, the neighborhood incident that left one man dead.
Plus, the Rockford company involved in the presidential debate, how its work will be seen tonight by millions.
And Cherry Valley may suspend plans to repave the brick road on State Street. Next week's vote that could save the iconic strip in the village.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. Thank you for joining us on Eyewitness News at 5.
Police investigate after a shooting in a Rockford neighborhood leaves one man dead.
Reports say last night around 6, officers responded to shots fired on Haskell Avenue near Roosevelt Education Center. There they found a 29-year-old man on the sidewalk. He had been shot outside of a home and died from his injuries. We are still on top of this story, working to learn more. As soon as we get any updates, as soon as we get them, we'll let you know. If you have any information, please contact Rockford Police or Rockford Area Crime Stoppers.
A Freeport man's arrested after driving his car into the Pecatonica River. Police say 26-year-old Delmer Ramos drove off the road and plunged into the water. He then got out of his car, swam to shore, and tried to run away before being arrested by police. This happened near the intersection of De Leon Street and 18th Avenue. Reports say Ramos was under the influence of alcohol. Illinois State Conservation officers found and removed the car from the river yesterday. Ramos is charged with aggravated DUI and 2 misdemeanor charges.
Tonight, Rock County releases the names of 2 shooting victims found dead after a welfare check last month. Police say 61-year-old Roger Letson and 58-year-old Valerie Letson were both found dead on May 22nd. The bodies were found at their home in Fulton, Wisconsin. Reports now say the husband's death was due to, quote, homicidal gunshot wound. End quote. The wife was killed by a gunshot wound as well, although not homicide related. Rock County says both deaths are still under investigation.
Rockford releases its latest housing numbers with the average home price hitting a record high. This comes just more than a month after Rockford was named the country's top real estate market. The average home in the Forest City cost just over $210,000. Housing inventory is also up for the first time in over 3 years. Although still well below the usual number of homes on the market, it is a 7% increase from last year. Experts say mortgage rates will stay high for the rest of the year, but Northern Illinois realtors say things are heading in the right direction.
Rockford unemployment rates, on the other hand, aren't seeing the same improvements. Unemployment sits at 6.2%. A 0.6% increase from last year. Unemployment rates in other parts of the state are trending down, however. Most other Illinois cities, including Chicago, Champaign, and Peoria, saw decreases in unemployment. A Rockford company's work will soon be shown on the national stage tonight.
Graphics and banners made in the Forest City will be seen by millions. Our own Blake Dietz went to find out more. And Blake, this is just one of many events they contribute to.
Yeah, that's right, Mimi. Wendell, Pro Graphics has been printing graphics and displays in Rockford since 1987. In those nearly 40 years, the company built up connections from Apple to the Ice Hogs. However, today marks an unprecedented accomplishment in the local business's history. If you watch the presidential debate tonight, chances are you'll see Pro Graphics work. They're the exclusive provider of promotional signs and banners for CNN's coverage. Steve Goley started the company with his dad and 2 brothers. Now, his son runs the day-to-day operations, and as the debate nears, Goley says he's proud of his team's work.
This is wonderful. Our crew really has knocked this one out of the park. It's one of the larger events we've done as far as size of the material and so forth. But we handle the NCAA Final Four, much of the work for the NBA, U.S. Soccer, etc. But this is really cool just because it gets so much has so much media attention.
And guys, before the debate, I'll have the full story on ProGraphics contributions coming up at 6. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Blake. An estimated 70 million people will be watching as President Biden and former President Trump take part in the earliest presidential debate in American history.
Both campaigns call tonight a critical point in this election cycle. Jesse Tenor sets up tonight's debate.
Both sides say many voters have yet to tune into the campaign, but that changes tonight when polls show about 70% of Americans are expected to watch the debate, making this the biggest night of the campaign so far. For the first time in 4 years, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump will face off on the debate stage tonight.
Oh, I'll be watching with popcorn.
Trump supporters, including Texas Congressman Troy Nehls, are excited to hear about his second potential term in the White House.
He's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Fellow Texas Congressman Chip Roy says Trump should focus on the border, Middle East, and economy.
President Trump knows what he wants to do and what he wants to deliver, and I'm not sure President Biden does.
But supporters of President Biden, including Texas Congressman Mark Vesey, are confident in their candidate.
He's going to do great.
Vesey says voters should trust another 4 years of President Biden's policies.
That can help steer us to even a brighter future than we already have right now.
Massachusetts Congresswoman Catherine Clark wants President Biden to focus on reproductive rights, especially since the debate comes just after the 2-year anniversary of the U.S. Supreme Court decision that ended the federal right to an abortion.
27 million American women now live under health care bans.
And after the debate, President Biden is off to North Carolina to campaign tomorrow, while Trump will rally with Governor Youngkin in Virginia. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
If you're interested in watching tonight's presidential debate, it will air on both of our channels. Coverage starts at 7 right here on WTVO 17 and 7:30 over on Fox 39. The debate starts at 8.
A Rockford Recycling Center celebrates 35 years of serving the state line. Keep Northern Illinois Beautiful, located near Alpine and Sandy Hollow, celebrated with the ribbon cutting this afternoon. It collects electronic waste like appliances, computer parts, and batteries to be properly disposed of. It's waste that would be hazardous to the environment if just left in a landfill. It also accepts clothing, American flags, and general recycling as well. Managers say even after 35 years, they are still finding new ways to expand and serve the community.
You can see that we just kept expanding and expanding. In fact, we're the largest affiliate of Keep America Beautiful in Illinois.
Keep Northern Illinois Beautiful is open to the public Tuesday afternoons and Saturday mornings in Rockford.
The Cherry Valley Board of Trustees will vote to keep the brick section of State Street intact. Village leaders were planning to pave over the iconic brick road. They said the decision was made because of the financial costs of replacing the bricks. On Monday, citizens provided public comment at the Board of Trustees meeting to stop the repaving plans. Trustees declined to comment at Monday's meeting. Now they'll vote on Tuesday to remove the repaving plans from the 2024 Streets Improvement Contract. The board says they appreciate and they are encouraged by the comments and the concerns from Cherry Valley residents. Still to come, evacuations ordered after a train derails in a Chicago suburb.
The emergency response and investigation after the 25-car crash.
And coming up at 6, a Rockford murder suspect's back in court. The latest changes in the case against William Jones.
It has been a pretty comfortable Thursday afternoon with temperatures today making it into the 70s. Our first time actually below average in a little while. We'll see those numbers climb a bit heading into the start of the weekend, but it also means an increase in some of the rain showers too. I'll time those out for you for your Friday in the First Warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Illinois residents are told to evacuate after a train derails in a Chicago suburb.
And a sinkhole swallows a Southern Illinois soccer field. Eyewitness News anchor Tom Lewis joins us now in the studio with details. Tom.
Wendell and Mimi, Illinois officials are responding after a train derails in a southern Chicago suburb. This is in Matteson, Illinois, on the south end of Cook County. The train derailed this morning carrying 25 cars. No fires or injuries have been reported, but officials say that one car leaked petroleum gas. The colorless, odorless gas can cause drowsiness and respiratory issues and even nerve damage if exposed for a long period of time. Long-term evacuations were issued this morning, but those evacuations have already been lifted. Officials say the cause of the derailment is still under investigation. An Illinois soccer field gets swallowed by a sinkhole. Watch this video. Happened in Alton, Illinois, just north of St. Louis. An underground mine collapsed yesterday morning, swallowing the field, a light post, and several benches. The mine is owned by an asphalt company who were able to evacuate the miners. Reports say the hole is over 100 feet wide and 50 feet deep. Village officials say they are relieved that the incident wasn't worse.
Thankfully, there were no injuries, both above ground and below ground, and that is the absolute main thing. It could have been different. We're going to rely on the geologists and the engineers to come up with the plan moving forward, and we'll just, we'll follow their lead.
Officials say the park will be closed until further notice as they investigate the cause of the sinkhole. A spokesman with the mining company says that they will fully cooperate with the city's investigation. Mimi.
All right, thanks, Tom. That video was incredible.
It really was.
Well, it was a pleasant day across the state line today. Temperatures were the coolest they've been in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I turned the AC off last night. It was that cool. But that cool air, should it last a little longer? When we come back, Candace will tell us what we can expect. Her full forecast is next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
It was a beautiful Thursday afternoon, and it's a pretty gorgeous evening. We're just noticing a little more cloud cover out there as we take a live look with our SkyTrack camera here up in Beloit. Notice the clouds beginning to thicken up. This is actually out ahead of our next storm system that'll work through as we head through the afternoon tomorrow. And with that, that'll actually allow a chance for a couple of showers and a few thunderstorms to kind of work in as we head throughout the afternoon tomorrow. In fact, we'll start to see some of those rain showers begin to work in here as we go throughout the next several hours. But those rain showers will be moving in from the west. We've got to overcome a little bit of dry air before we actually start to see some of that rain begin to work in. And that dry air noted on our weather watchers. The dew point temperature 56 down in Genoa. Weather watcher Terry reporting here in northern DeKalb County 75. The current air temperature, easterly wind at 5 miles per hour. We're 76 in Rockford, Freeport 75 in Janesville. Same thing in Rochelle. It has been absolutely gorgeous out there with that drier air that has really helped. And in fact, our temperatures, the coolest we've had so far, really since the beginning of June. If you notice, our temperatures over the last 2 weeks or so really have been in the upper 80s, low 90s for a lot of us. The exception recently back on the 23rd when we only made it up to 80 degrees. But our numbers will slowly climb here, at least as we kick off the weekend. Now, when we look at our temperatures so far for the month of June, we've had one day that was back on the 2nd when we actually broke even with that average temperature. We've had quite a few above average days compared to the below average days too. So today going down as a below average afternoon. Now I mentioned the cloud cover. You can see that here on our satellite and radar. And we've also got a couple of rain showers there moving in from the west. But as I mentioned, you've got dry air with high pressure over the Great Lakes. So it's battling that moisture working in. And in fact, when we look at our temperatures and that moisture, our moisture content, you can actually see where we're starting to see the higher moisture, but that dry air in place. So it'll take some time before we actually begin to saturate the environment to allow some of those rain showers to come down. So what does this look like on Futurecast? Well, cloud cover will continue to thicken up as we go throughout this evening, but we should stay dry. In fact, most of the night tonight should stay dry as well. Early tomorrow morning, clouds will continue to thicken. We may start to see a couple of showers begin to move in as we head mid to late morning tomorrow. Tomorrow is not a washout, so kind of that initial wave of moisture coming in. We get some dry time in there going into the afternoon and evening, but we do have to watch the arrival of a cold front, which comes in early Saturday with an increase in both warm air and moisture throughout the evening on Friday and through the overnight. Could actually have a couple of showers and a few thunderstorms, some of which may be on the stronger side with regards to wind during the overnight hours Friday and then going into Saturday. That front will quickly work to the southeast once we head into Saturday afternoon. High pressure then builds back in by the time we head into Sunday, and what that'll do for us is help clear us out for Sunday afternoon. This after temperatures will make it back into the 80s on Saturday. We're back down into the low 70s once we head into Sunday. So 74 degrees, 79 on Monday, staying a little active somewhat into next week with daily afternoon rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Candace, thank you.
Drew Collins is in next with sports. He'll tell us about how dreams came true in the NBA draft last night.
And how the Chicago Sky can shake up the league.
Now sports with Drew Collins.
And one day before the NHL draft, the Blackhawks are getting active in the trade talks. Chicago sent a 4th-round pick to the Canucks in return for Ilya Mikheyev, Sam Lafferty, and a 2027 second-round pick. Now they turn to their big decision in the draft. Time is ticking until the first round of the NHL draft. The Blackhawks have the 2nd and 18th picks in the first round. The time is now for Chicago to make major improvements. The first round will kick off tomorrow at 5:30. An emotional scene with our former Fighting Illini, Terrence Shannon Jr. He fell to the 28th pick in the first round to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is what he had to say about his dreams coming true.
It was crazy, man. I'm grateful. It hit me like a bowling ball. Like I didn't know if I would cry because I ain't cried in a long time. But yeah, that hit me. I was just happy. My dream came true, and just hugging my mom. It's my mom. She been with me through everything. She raised me. She my rock, and I was just happy to share that moment with her. Now it's time to go to work.
And last night, the Chicago Bulls selected Chicago native Matteson Buzelis with their 11th pick in the NBA draft. The Bucks selected A.J. Johnson with their 23rd pick, and while the Bulls don't have any second-round picks thanks to Lonzo Ball, the Bucks did. They selected Tyler Smith with their 2nd-round pick at 33. And that wraps up the 2024 NBA draft, and now we await the free agency news. And the U.S. men's national team just kicked off moments ago. They host Panama. This is game 2 out of 3 in the group stage. And the Cubs look to avoid the sweep against San Francisco today. This game is going to be very close. They're currently tied in the 9th, and this one may head into extras. The Cubs start a weekend series against the Brewers tomorrow. The White Sox are playing a makeup game with the Braves today. The Sox are leading the Braves 1-0 in the 8th. The White Sox start a home series against the Rockies tomorrow. And the Chicago Sky have a chance to upset the back-to-back WNBA champs. Las Vegas is a 10-point favorite in today's matchup, but Angel Reese has been playing very well. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. And that's sports. We'll be right back.
Our First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Glass and More. That stays pretty quiet here as we go through this evening. We've got the cloud cover moving in. You may notice a couple of rain showers showing up on radar here tonight, but dry air in place, so we'll kind of keep those rain showers at bay. If anything, cloud cover just thickens up here through the night. Temperatures will drop down around 60. Tomorrow, not a washout, but we'll see some rain move in from west to east throughout the day. We do have some dry time in there too, but a couple of thunderstorms will be possible once we get into Friday evening, Friday night with the arrival of a cold front and get a stronger wind gust or two through early Saturday.
Thanks, Candace.
And thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 6.